Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on WUJM 99 Jams, The Berg. Go ahead and grab your coffee, pull up a chair, and make yourself at home. In just a few minutes, we'll be taking attendance, sharing stories, celebrating our community, and talking about the people, places, and opportunities shaping Tampa Bay. If you're here this morning, you're already a member, so settle in. There's a seat at this table with your name on it. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
All right, there we go. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club with your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. Do we need to do the disclaimer still? Maybe just so that we can be all on the same wavelength and frequency. So Charlie Funk, where you at?
Tampa Bay
Here we
Breakfast
go.
Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carrie Festa Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Enjoy the show.
Yeah. That feel good.
Okay, yeah, I think it feel good.
I do. I like that. I like it. I like that.
Oh, you like it?
I like it. So Freestyle Friday, and we live over here at Culture Creative. So shout out to Brainstorm the Genius, man, and all of the amazing things that's happening over here at Culture. Make sure that y'all tap in, tune in. Culture Creative. Is it .com, .org? Culture Creative.
Culture Creative.
And when you see it, you'll know that that's what it is.
And last night they had anime night.
Okay.
So I don't know if people know how many people love anime.
I'm learning about how many people like anime.
Love anime.
Really?
Like she could sit in her room for hours.
And it's like, so what is the whole anime
I don't know
thing? Like, what is the thing to it? Like, what's the thing that makes it a thing?
I don't know, because I'm not an anime you're
not an animator?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat there and watched it, and it's interesting. You know, you got the Sailor Moon and all that other stuff like they do.
Is that the same as like the avatars and the airbenders and all of that, or is that something different?
Avatars are something different.
Okay.
Don't get me lying on these people airways today. Okay. Hey, Shayna.
Shayna, what's good? Welcome to the ride. Yeah, I don't know anything about. Yeah, see, what is it? I don't know what it
anime
is.
It's
cartoons, right?
It is cartoons.
Yeah,
and it's like Korean.
Okay.
Somewhat and they have it. They got their storyline.
Yeah.
People love it.
Okay.
People really love anime. They you see them with the two ponytails, the chopsticks in their hair.
That's the anime vibe, kind of the whole. Okay.
So last night, the anime, there was the anime movie.
Okay.
Tonight, I know tomorrow.
Speakeasy tomorrow.
Yeah,
Speakeasy open mic. Yeah.
Yeah. So poets.
Yeah.
If anybody done been in their pen, you know what I mean, and your feelings, you got something to say, and you want the people to hear it.
The Last Airbender is anime. Thank you, Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So come on in and come to Speakeasy.
Okay. And you said, oh no, not a cartoon level. When you found out it was cartoon, Shayna, that was it. That was all you needed to know. Welcome to the ride, sir.
Yeah. So it was anime, and then because it is something tonight.
Okay.
I just can't remember at the top of my head.
Yeah, we got to make sure we get those on, man, because it's an amazing opportunity for the community.
Culture is where it's at. They have flat sober feelings. Actually, you know what? It's a specialty night tonight too.
Okay.
I do know that. Okay, go ahead. Look.
That's what it is. That's what it is. We just checking in, man. What's good, Mr. Edmund?
Oh man, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. All right. That's the goodest. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that you're proud of this week? Anything that made you proud this week?
I'm always proud.
So I'm proud of myself. I've been doing this 21-day challenge, right? And so I'm working to do they say it take 21 days to break a habit and then develop a new one. And so I've been getting back on my walking, and so I've been doing 19 days out of the 21, and I'm proud of myself for making my word bond to myself.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you. Yeah, it feel good when you do what you say to yourself, because ain't nobody like saying you ain't do your thing today. No, it's just you and you.
You know, I have a rule. It's like, and you shouldn't lie to people, but you really shouldn't never lie to yourself. No. Like, you know, like when you convince yourself the lie is real.
But that's a whole see. That's the easy part of that conversation, right? The hard part of it is when you say, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go walking every day.
Right.
And then you miss 4-5 days. That ain't necessarily, is that lying to yourself, or like what is that? Because we think about lying to yourself like delusional stuff, but
no, that's part like, but then you be like, oh yeah, you started really thinking like I got up, like, you know, you start making excuses on why you didn't do it instead of just getting up and doing the thing.
But I mean, is that an extreme case of lying to yourself?
I think it is, because you be like, I didn't get up today because I was tired. So you start making excuses, which is the lie, because you could have just got up and did it.
But you ain't lying if you say you tired and you tired. I mean,
you're right. There you have it.
Like during the day, I'm usually tired, but I still there's stuff that I gotta do that I can't push off.
But to Mr. Edmonds' point, if you tired, you tired, and if you ain't do it because you tired, is that lying to yourself?
Well, listen,
are you being honest?
I would tell you this: I'm tired every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I still get up because we're committed. Yeah. And then if tired was the excuse, we wouldn't have the Breakfast Club.
That's interesting dynamic.
I
was one thing that you're looking forward to for the weekend. Anything that you're absolutely looking forward to?
You know, the events here at Culture, like Speak Easy is always like a dope night.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to the movies, but that's nothing new.
Okay, you do that all the time?
Yeah.
You're looking forward to it though, right? Yeah. All right. Mr. Edmund, anything you looking forward to this weekend?
No, man. I'm just happy to be here, man.
All right.
You know what?
That's the theme for the day, seem like, yeah.
Leo season is ending.
Okay.
We're going into Virgo season.
You know what? I was just looking at this too, right? I'm not a big astrology person, but I do realize that like Leo, like my sister was a Leo by God's grace. And like I'm cool with Leos. Like I ain't got no problem with Leos for the most part. I can't think of no Leos that I had a problem with.
Like make it be cool people.
Yeah. I ain't got no problem with Leos. I don't think I got, you know what, and even the people I got problems with, I don't think about what their sign is.
No, like you have a problem with certain people. Like
it don't matter what their sign
but is. But there is some good people. Like okay, so you ever heard? But you've been dating the same person since you was 2.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you don't really count.
But see, but that's what I mean. Like the stars always said, like when you read those charts and those assessments, it say Aries and Virgo not supposed to work together. Because we like 2 totally different energies and opposites and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but then you also have like your moon, your sun sign, like other stuff equate to that. So even though like you a Libra or a Virgo, you might have like a heavy Libra in the chart, which Libra and Aries match really well together.
Okay.
So you're
I can see us kind of like how we be vibing on the show.
Yeah, like so you know what I mean? Like you just gotta see.
Yeah.
I think you take it for what it is, but you don't let it dictate your life.
Okay. What you think, Mr. Edmund? Do the signs really matter?
I mean, I believe in the stars, but I don't follow the signs.
Okay. So do you look at the horoscopes in the morning? And I remember I used to read the horoscope paper. I don't know where to get them. I used to
read them too, but I don't follow them like a follow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do know
like planning your day around.
I do know the stars align, and like I've been telling y'all about what's been going on the last like we in a special time of life.
Yeah.
So the stars never did kind of what we doing.
You can see all that switch up. You can tell the difference in the attitudes, the personalities, what's going on. So I believe in all of that. Now I will tell you, since Leo season is ending, the opening act is about to start. Libra. Which is Virgos.
Oh, Virgo. Yeah, that's right. So after Leo, you get Virgo,
which is the opening act.
Okay.
For the main attraction.
Oh my God.
which is Libra.
What's good,
Tim? And then, you know, then we got our good Scorpios that ends it. Like, you know what I mean? This is the movie. So get ready for the movie.
The opening act.
Virgos.
Okay.
You got to have a good opener.
Yeah.
You know, then you have the main attraction. And then for everybody who still want to linger around and just want to party, we got somebody to close it out for you.
Scorpio. Scorpio.
I mean, and I know we got Sagittarius after that.
I'm cool with Scorpio too. My baby girl is Scorpio. Yeah. My baby girl. Yeah.
It's a new report that all the stars, all the signs is an extra sign, and all the signs kind of move
out of the place
where we know it at. When we know it to be done.
Yeah, but do we really know where they at anyway though? For real,
listen.
Like you look up and you look and you know that Leo is over there.
They've been saying that for years.
No, but can you look in the sky and see Leo?
Somebody can.
I mean, you though. Like, do you when you look up at the stars? Are you
we ain't in the place like you can't see everything from everywhere.
You can see the Big Dipper. I always see the Big Dipper. I know where the Big Dipper is.
You see Big Dipper?
Yeah, I see the Big Dipper when I look up. That's because I just all I know to look for. I don't like know the.
But I think if we study it, and went in astrology for real and studied the stars, we could probably point it out.
Good morning, sweetie.
It's astronomy.
Astrology and astronomy is different.
Yeah,
those are two different things.
The study of the stars is astronomy.
Okay.
Astrology is the zodiac.
See, that's what I ain't on.
Yeah, the zodiac.
I'm on it all.
Astronomy.
I'm on it all.
Astronomy is astrology. Yeah, astrology is when you look at the zodiac.
No,
astronomy. Google it.
Okay,
I do know that much. I do know that much.
Look,
I don't know a whole lot.
Put it in the chat. Tell us what we got going on.
Don't worry about it. I'm with the
astrology, horoscope.
I'm
you
down
take the
with
A's.
the double A's.
With the A's. So would you rather?
Would you rather? Let me pull up my little would you rather because I definitely have one for you.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom. Because I had went away from it, y'all.
That's hold music right there.
Oh yeah, the boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, would you rather have a candidate agree? No, that ain't what we said. Would you rather?
Would
you rather have a candidate that talks about what is wrong with the city or actually have solutions?
Okay. A candidate that I'm putting it in the chat, so y'all got the time.
There you go.
I think I like the first one because a lot of times we run into politicians who have all the answers and they ain't really talking to the people. And I think I want you to know what the problem is before you try to solve it.
Okay.
All right, I like it. I'm going with the solutions because
Okay.
I feel like everybody talk about what's wrong
Good morning,
with
Miss Yvonne. Good to see you. Okay.
what's wrong with it, and
Okay.
then don't have a solution for it.
Okay.
So I'm going with solution. Oh, I'm proud of you, Mr. Edmund.
He picked one.
Yeah. It must be in the stars.
The stars are aligned. Would you rather? So the would you rather is would you rather have a candidate that talks about what's wrong with the city or one who talks about solutions?
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the solution side, but then Mr. Edmund makes a valid point. So I might be channeling my inner Mr. Edmund. I'm gonna go with both. Start with the problem and then tell me how you gonna fix it.
I think we always talk about the problem.
See, and I'm gonna tell you, we just came out of like 2 eclipses that open up a new portal.
And that's what that flip
that's
is.
what it was.
That's what contributed to the flip.
This new race with this primary race, people were like, what is your plan? What is your solution? We don't want to hear about what somebody else did. We don't want to hear about what is your plan. So most people will want it. What's your solution? What's your plan to fix this stuff?
And in order to get an agreement on a solution, you have to start with what the actual problem is.
You got to talk about the problem. That's what I say. It starts with, because a lot of times we have electeds that just run in with, I know, I've been working, I know how to do this.
Yeah,
I've been doing this for 20 years. And you end up with
and then the problem that they say is a problem ain't really a problem.
No,
enough people.
Let me tell you, no, it may not be a problem for you, but it's a problem for somebody else.
But I'm voting based upon my interest.
Right. And this is why you are the candidate for all.
But
right?
but if I'm voting for my interest and you're not in tune with what my problems are, then are you the person for me?
Well, it may be not. Let me tell you why. Because if you the candidate for all, then you take the time to figure out what problems is in this area, what's problem in that area. So then you shouldn't. In most things, there's not a blanket solution across the board to help everybody. But I would say, like, hey, in Childs Park, what I see the problem is
we got this odor in this air quality stuff. We can't breathe. You can't breathe good over here.
Right. Yeah. So for my solution over here is to focus on that in this area. And then I saw over there in Lake Vista area, I heard y'all have potholes issues. So my focus over there is to fix your potholes. And Shore Acres, y'all have this flooding or something. Like you should really listen to everybody, and your solution should be per area.
And see what you just said, though. You started with the problem.
You started
with the problem. The problem is
don't
flooding.
Worry, we all agree.
And then we're gonna talk about flooding.
Everybody agrees. That's the end of Would You Rather. We all are united.
But I went to solution. I didn't just talk about the problem.
Okay, so that's different. That's a different question. When you say just talk about it, it's different from talking about it. Yeah. If you only talking about the problems, then I'd like to hear how you're gonna solve it.
Yeah, you need to hear that.
All right, so we got some headlines here.
Okay,
I saw Carmelo Anthony is seeking a new trial. Have you seen that, Mr. Edmund? Hand in the face. So the stories became a national flashpoint last year. Carmelo Anthony, he was convicted of murder in the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during the Texas high school track meet, and he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Anthony has maintained that he acted in self-defense, and now his attorneys are seeking a new trial. The judge who presided over the trial has been removed from handling the proceedings, and a new judge is hearing arguments over whether or not he received a fair trial. Among the defense claims, Anthony was effectively prevented from presenting a complete defense. The jury received improper instructions, and courtroom restrictions interfered with the fair proceeding. The prosecutors are disputing those characteristics, and the hearing continues today, actually. And so
now they with this. So now you're looking at different stuff that's added into this, because the prosecutors are saying that he was stalking the ex-girlfriend. And that there was text messages he sent the girlfriend, and I mean allegedly, because I did try to research it. I didn't see it on no
real site.
No, but they're saying that he sent him a picture of her of the knife. It's like, I'm gonna get them. Or something like that. So
he sent it to the people.
Sent it to the ex-girlfriend.
That's what it is.
That's what they're saying right now.
The ex-girlfriend of
no, his ex-girlfriend, Carmelo Anthony ex-girlfriend, and she's showing text messages of like some stalking behavior.
What does that got to do with?
They're trying to slander that boy name.
So now they're trying to act like he was so angry because I think the ex-girlfriend was friends with the twins. I could be wrong, but that's what and so they're trying to paint him as this hostile individual. So you're looking at it, but I mean, I hope this young man do get free. For this, because again, we see it in here. If I do believe if it was the twins who would have did this to Carmelo, we wouldn't be talking about it as if we would be talking about it, but it'd be a different conversation.
It'll be talking about why they're not locked up, how did they get off, and what they were sentenced to. Mr. Ebony, you got something over there?
No, I just think they're just trying to assassinate his character before the appeal come through. Judge being recused, so we know something going on. So it's
because I think they said they saw the judge saying or tweeting or saying some kind of remarks about how that's what he said. He said the jury got it right, or they made the right decision or something. And he had a public statement saying that he basically agreed with the jury's decision. And so when you come out as a judge saying, I think the jury made it,
because you're supposed to be impartial.
Exactly.
And the problem is the young man was in a bad situation from the beginning. Right. It was all stacked against him. And the truth of what really happened probably still ain't gonna come out. Because they didn't show all the video, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. And it really is like they say, it's withholding information, it's withholding evidence.
Yeah.
And so the stuff that we know as like residents or people viewing it, the jury didn't know.
Yeah. And that's another part of like what's crazy about this whole thing. And in this era and age information, you got people who are not responsible for the decision in this case, knowing more than the people who are responsible for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like how backwards is that?
Or
what you think?
It is. But then you gotta think that a lot of stuff that fed us, we don't know how true it was and not. So
some information that people have may not be the information.
Stuff, like we first it was a knife, then it was the tool for his track.
Yeah,
like there was so much stuff that was given up. So I think in that case, it's good that they didn't have all of that to call their judgment, but in the bad part, what they were given, right?
Really, totally unrelated. It's just criminal justice stuff. There was I saw this thing with this man who he pled guilty to killing the girl in Gulfport and dismembering her or whatever, and he basically said like, I'm pleading guilty and I want the death penalty. Like he stood up there and said it with his chest, like, yeah, I did it, and I don't want to waste y'all time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the plea, and I want y'all to sentence me to death. What y'all think about, somebody who goes in and acknowledges what they did, and it was horrible. They said he killed the girl, dismembered her, and tried to hide the body and all of that. And he's like, yeah, I did it. And to keep from going to trial, he was like, the outcome gonna be the same either way. Like I know y'all gonna be able to prove that I did it because I did it. And so now, just go ahead and, let's get this over and stop wasting everybody's time.
I like it.
Death or life is the now that's the kind of the decision that the judge has to make, because he also said that he didn't want to have a jury decide what the punishment should be, and it's up to the judge to decide now whether he gets life in prison or the death penalty.
Give him what he asked for.
Oh shit. Okay,
give him what he asked.
Give him what he asked for.
On the in this, give him
what he asked for.
I don't know. I don't know if he get pick his ride. I don't think there's no part of the game with that. Once you say you did it, all right, now go sit over there in the corner. We'll figure the rest out. You get what I'm saying? You don't get to pick your ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like suicide by cop. Yeah, come on, go ahead and take me out.
Yeah.
No, you don't get to decide that. They'll shoot you in the leg.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And go sit in the corner and we'll figure out what we're gonna do with you.
No, but if it's suicide by cop, you get out and start shooting at them. What happened?
They're gonna shoot you,
right? And they're not just gonna shoot you in your leg.
But here's the thing, though.
That's how they be doing them now.
Yeah. If they know you trying to die,
when they come in knowing you trying to get them to whop you, they do take you out lesser.
We started out talking about how backwards the system is.
They do. They when they know you trying to get them to whop them, they take them out a different way.
That is crazy.
They don't whop them.
Yeah.
Your boy was on the phone saying, "Yeah, I want him to do me,"
and then they didn't do him.
No, they tried to do
him. Tried to give him what he asked for.
You know what? But he didn't really want it, because if he wanted, he would have stayed in that front seat where them bullets would have came straight through.
You don't run from it if you really trying to get it.
What you want. No,
but that's how it be. You think you want it.
Yes, until it's there in front of you.
You get in the back and you barricade and give you a barricade.
You don't want it.
No, you don't want it. No, that is not what you.
You want them to think you want it, so when you go to trial,
take me out. I'm leaving, but then I hide in the closet.
I ain't really trying to do it, but so I think this might be brilliant, knowing that it's a backward system, and they're not gonna give him what he asked for. Yeah. He asked for death, knowing that they're gonna give him life. He might not want death for real.
He playing chicken.
Playing chicken.
Give him what he asked for.
I hear that. All right, 9 days without power.
So that ain't Flint. That's
Indiana, Gary, Indiana. And so tens of thousands of Northeast Indiana residents were still without power as of yesterday, 9 days after a deadly storm. So at one point Thursday morning, approximately 68,000 customers remained without power. School in Gary, Indiana remained closed. Residents were throwing away food. Food go bad when the power's out. Searching for charging stations and Wi-Fi, and relying on community organizations for meals and supplies. One resident described it this way. They said people in her community are accustomed to being in survival mode right now. And so that's kind of bringing us up for the day. What's the conversation about, like,
we still got FEMA. I know they was trying to get rid of FEMA.
Yeah, I don't know how that ended for them, but like that's a yeah.
Now they need FEMA.
But who? Yeah. They do.
You
The
know,
Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Yeah, FEMA need to be right up there. And so, like, what do you do as a community at this point if you don't have no outside help to help you in these situations? If the government is saying that they're no longer assisting the people who pay their taxes,
and what they were saying too is this was like a power company issue. Like it wasn't necessarily a government issue that's preventing the power from coming on. It's like an infrastructure because it was like some bad storms and whatnot.
It's kind of like the same thing that happened here when our lights went out and Charles Park was out for a week. You get what I'm saying? While the rest of the city was up, it's the same outcome.
Like the infrastructure
you go through the alley, you see trees all over the power lines, and then a storm come and take out all our power. Yeah. It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? You got 20-30 years of not really maintenance the infrastructure, and now we got to spend. Right now, we have an infrastructure amendment coming up for $600 million. That we got to vote on.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
James say what's happening. He said the situation in Gary is criminal. Yeah. Good morning, big brother.
Wow.
It's criminal. Wow.
And the sad part, I think it's 8 days now. I was looking at a young lady last night, talking about it, and it's sad how people debating what them people going through and laughing about what them people going through because it's not on mainstream news. You don't see it on NBC. You don't see it on all our news outlets. When we stroll through our Facebook feed, you don't see no news about it. All the news about this is coming from the people who are in it.
Right.
People zooming. And
why do you think that is? Why do you think that's not making national head news?
It's Gary.
And Gary, that's Michael Jackson, right? That's where he's from, right?
You ain't heard about what they say about Gary?
No, I haven't.
It's a black city.
Okay.
And it's overlooked.
Like what was happening in Flint with the water because it's majority black. They got Mr. Mays as their council member.
So imagine this: how many Garys are out there?
Oh yeah. That
you're not hearing about.
Ooh. Yeah.
And just think about them small towns. Like maybe it's not hidden our,
yeah, because that's what the lady said. They said they've been in survival mode. Like this is Gary, it didn't just start with the lights going out.
They say Gary is one of them spots.
Yeah.
They say Gary is one of them spots, man, that's overlooked in a lot of ways, right? It's like a Flint. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part about it is, like, this is a national emergency happening.
Yeah.
This ain't just a small town issue.
Right.
This happened. This took got 400,000 customers.
Yeah, and I think they say
400,000 down.
It's like 68,000. Yeah. But it was 500,000 people with no power is a big problem.
The biggest.
Yeah. And so resilience. That's like you said, it's a bill that's coming up. That's something we finna vote on. Whether we're going to invest the money in our infrastructure and stormwater and wastewater systems here in St. Pete.
And by our Duke and by our electric company.
Yeah.
Like this is, they dropping this square in the lap of the provider.
Yeah.
They ain't saying this the city.
Yeah.
They saying this is the provider who runs the eastern coast of whatever.
Yeah, and they down. And now 9 days later, 10 days now because
when something happens like that, when do you start to work together?
I don't know.
I think they already working together. I think that's how they surviving right now. That's why we seeing people on their phones still.
Well, okay,
because they done bundled up. No,
I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about like
the government and the administration.
Yeah, like when does the administration work with the power company? Like at this point, you're pointing fingers about
who's responsible for what. Yeah,
y'all both responsible.
Yeah, for the safety and well-being of the people. So speaking of being responsible, I saw a post from it was straight from the office of Mr. Robinson. Y'all know Raphael Robinson been like putting us up on game and letting us know what's happening in the classroom. And so he posted about classroom operating without adequate air conditioning. Wow. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was a pretty much straightforward argument. He said schools should notify parents. He said schools notify parents about grades, attendance, behavior, testing, dress code, lunches, lunch balances, and events. So if your child's classroom is too hot for them to properly learn, should you be notified?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because he's saying that right now the AC haven't been working like it need to work. And I was thinking about it. Me and my wife, we was upstairs and we like, it's hot in the house. It's like it don't usually be this hot inside.
Yeah,
like something like what you mentioned it on the earlier broadcast about this heat wave, this record heat, and all of that stuff. Like the impact that that's having on schools and on children. That's what he's highlighting.
The whole quality of life of us all.
Yeah.
I think like right now, I was saying, we living through the hottest days that we've ever experienced. Like, you know, it always, you know, that's one of the things I was saying, well, it's hotter than ever. No, it's literally hotter than ever.
Yeah. It's hot for real. And what he was saying was that he described the students saying, I'm hot, my head hurt. Can I get some water? When are they fixing the air? These are things that the kids are asking. And he said, meanwhile, the teacher is also hot and uncomfortable, but they're still trying to teach. And so then it comes down to a simple solution. They said they want them to relocate to another class, but relocating 20 plus children, that's a disruptive process. You know, it interrupts lessons plans, technology, and all of that. And so what he's saying is like, should you be informed when your child is, you know, uncomfortable in school?
You should, because it becomes a medical thing too as well, depending on, you don't know if, you know, what the issues is. Like, I used to overheat, and like, it used to be bad too.
I laugh because I just thought about if they would have called my mama and say, we calling to let you know your son say he hot. Mr. Edmund, they call your mama because you told them you hot. What's the phone call to your parents like?
No, but you can really can send out a letter or something.
The AC's out, so make sure that
you going to get them if they call and say your child is hot in school. What you doing? Yeah,
not at first.
Yeah,
I ain't coming at it, but you know, but pack some extra water.
Yeah, hydration, of course. You want to do those things.
Like that. But I mean, honestly, I would, as a school, like at this point, you should have some extra stuff. If you're lacking one thing, you should put more stuff in, like have waters in every class.
Yeah, not just water, but
electrolytes.
Like because what I was saying, heat stroke is still a stroke.
Yeah.
And cheering drop too. So that's something we got to think about.
And then you got to go out to PE, and you know when you hot at PE.
I don't think they having PE right now. I don't know.
They have PE.
They still doing PE?
Yeah, they still have PE.
Okay. And this heat?
They do.
I bet you they working something. I bet you they working something. 12 o'clock.
And we say it, but we done survived heat.
Yeah.
Right. So
but I mean that's what I mean. But it's a different kind of heat.
Not this heat.
Would you agree?
They say
that this is a different kind of heat?
They said it was 112 feel like temperature.
Yeah, I was watching it before I was leaving this morning, and they said today is the first day where it's like only feel like 105. She said it's the only day this week that we don't have a heat advisory. Because you know they give you these advisories when it's like ridiculous. And today, because of the weather and the rain and all of that stuff, it made it not necessary for a heat advisory. But like I don't remember heat advisories growing up. I remember it being hot, but I don't remember it being like they're telling us, hey man, it's so hot that we're gonna remind you that it's hot.
Yeah.
And we might have had it, but were we interested with like back then? Were we looking at the heat advisory?
Yeah. I used to read the paper every day. That was one of our things.
But I'm just saying,
so it would have been in the paper.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have, because the paper came out the night before, so it ain't gonna tell you today that
they had 5 newspapers that come out every day. So
and all of
if
them
it was a heat advisory Monday, we would have seen it Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, you would have got a notice of a heat. They give you the forecast.
So you was going to the forecast and reading
that. Reading the whole paper. I like to read.
Yeah, like
I read. I don't just read like.
So long story short, y'all make sure that you check on your children. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Thank you for that, Mr. Robinson.
You see me?
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, just you know.
I didn't know when you're children. Like, I mean, we read the newspaper. Like my granddaddy made sure that we. I didn't read. Like you know, you read what they make you read.
Yeah, that was so long ago. I can't remember if I did or not. And so I'm not to say I can't.
About heat advisory. I used to be outside.
Yeah,
we would have known about heat advisory.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen,
but I know enough about my mama. Well, she don't take them at that advice. If she wanted me outside, she don't care nothing about no advisory.
If you would have told her, "Mama, boy, Juju fell out yesterday." What?
Yeah.
So hot enough people falling out.
Then she take it on the advisory. Yeah. But that wasn't happening though.
It was.
People was falling out in the heat.
I seen some people fall out. I seen some people fall out of school
when you did
because it was hot.
Yes.
I mean,
that's what
it was something else caused them to fall out.
That's what they had the ice bath.
Okay.
Like you would have to get in there. You had to eat chips and stuff like that to make sure that you had the salt in your body.
That's the electrolyte.
Like and all
Okay.
of that
That's
stuff.
not just
So
the water.
like, and this go way back.
But that was rare, I think, y'all. Come on, that wasn't happening all the time.
No, if you in sports,
okay.
But now the sports treatment is every day for everybody.
Okay.
It don't matter if you're in sports now. You need to eat.
You still got to get your electrolytes.
You got to get your electrolytes.
Okay, so I just want to say this: as you walking by,
okay,
how many people you see fall out?
I mean, they was on the news. A guy just fell out and died over there by Bethel Heights.
I was telling somebody, heat strokes.
Yeah,
is it,
I don't know.
And Q, I'm gonna say it like this here: people have strokes, and we just take the heat part off of. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people is falling out, and it's electrolytes. It's something they could have did preventative.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Getting their glucose up or whatever, and it's just being aware of it.
Yeah, and that's what it is, and I think that's what the really the point of what Mr. Robinson was putting out was like saying we concerned about all these other things that go on in the schools, but not the environment that these children are in.
And packs they be handing out now.
What's that? The little cooling
pack.
Okay, and then they had the little things you can break it and put it on your neck too to keep you cool. Yeah, I saw some. They was giving them away at one of the events we did at Child's Park.
That's good.
So if y'all tuning in, y'all tap in. Thank y'all for riding with us with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we appreciate y'all, man. So like, share, subscribe. It was probably like 90% that we had at one point where people were watching tune, but they weren't actually subscribers. And so make sure that you subscribe into the page. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that. And keep on doing it.
Well, we need you to subscribe some more.
Let's get that number up, right?
Send your cousin.
Help us with those numbers.
Help me help you.
Help me help you. Another Pinellas County school story I saw, it was saying what happens when there aren't enough students? Because Pinellas County schools, they're preparing for another round of recommendations involving possible consolidations, grade changes, partnerships, and property use, and potentially closing additional schools. They're saying that it's not enough children in these schools, and so they gotta the same thing. Like they said that one of the reasons for the consolidation is because when you don't have a full capacity school, the cost to operate the school, like to keep the whole, like you can't just turn off the AC in one class, and so you might have 10 classes, but you only got enough students for 3 of them, but you got to cool all 10 classes because you can't. And so they saying the operational cost of running these schools is another one of the factors into why they need to close and merge the schools, because they don't have enough students. They said the district says that declining school age population has left campuses underused. Reporting from the district's July community process cited roughly 45,000 open seats across the school system. Y'all hear me? 45,000 open seats across the school system, Mr. Edmond.
I think it's a bunch of problems, right, happening and converging at once, right? And the school population is like the canary in the coal mine.
Okay,
it's showing us something's wrong.
Yes,
right. If we gonna pay attention to it or not, it's up to us. But like on the higher level, I think there needs to be more coordination between city, school board, and the county.
Thank you, Sharon.
I think we need to see more meetings and joint projects between those municipalities. I don't think I see it enough.
Okay.
Because what the city does impacts what goes on in the school, and vice versa. What the school does impacts the city.
So when you say the municipalities like St. Pete, Largo, Clearwater, Pinellas County
like the school board, the county, and the city.
Okay,
right.
Gotcha.
And I know there's different cities, so they all have to be meeting on their own.
Okay,
right.
Okay.
But because I think that what's going on in the cities is impacting the schools.
And what they said, they have described this as a long-term demographic challenge rather than a one-year problem. Earlier this year, the school board approved closing Cross Bayou Elementary and Distant Academy. They combined Bay Point Elementary and Bay Point Middle into a K-8 model, and they're also making other changes. There's another set of recommendations that's expected for the fall to begin in 27 and 28. And here's the interesting contradiction. They said Pinellas County Schools is an A-rated district reporting 93.4% graduation rate, and says that 92% of its schools hold A or B grades. Yet the children is less children in the seats.
Okay, so let me say this. One, I think we've talked about this. I know a lot of my friends who just moved out of St. Pete and across the bridge. So we're seeing less students here because, again, less people with kids are living here because they can't afford to have the space that they need for family. So they're going outside of this area to go to schools, and they were here at one point, but now they're looking at other options because they're no longer in the city limits.
That's what we finna get it to your point, Miss Yvonne, about the rent, right? Because they were saying one of the questions is, why are there fewer school-aged children in Pinellas? And some of it, has been the housing costs, families leaving. They also said fewer births. Like they said, the birth rate is down,
and they say is homeschooling in private schools. So that's why when I first started, I said it's a bunch of problems converging at once. You know what I'm saying? And one of the good solutions would be for these groups, these municipalities, to start doing more powwows.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this: them combining Bay Point Elementary and middle school, they were already next to each other. All you did is just make sure the kids don't leave.
Okay. No, because they shut a building down.
Yeah.
That's a facility.
That's a
facility. That ain't just.
So wait, so the middle school's no longer open?
No,
they said I don't know which building they closed.
Well, I don't know which building it is, but they say they're gonna make it like a daycare center, partnering with another group. So that building is done.
Okay,
whatever building it is, but I think it's
whether it was the middle or the elementary school. One of them is closed, and they merging these grade levels from K through 8,
and that's like the countries do.
Yeah,
like when you live in the country.
When you live in Leesburg, that's how I went to Rhymes. It was 5th and 6th grade school.
So it ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying like that already. Well, okay.
So yeah. Another part of here's another one of the questions: when a neighborhood school lose besides the classroom, what else goes with that? Because you close the bill. So like, do they move the janitors? Do they move the kitchen lady?
But I would imagine
the lunch lady. Like,
even though you combine it, I think you're still gonna need a certain number of staff.
Okay.
Because I mean, I don't see how you combine a 7th and 8th grade class. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna have one teacher.
Well, they do them Gulfport is like Montessori, so they have multiple grades within the different. Like that's an education model where you can mix grade levels.
Did they say they changing the model?
No, they didn't say that. They just said they merging K through 8.
You know what? That gives it when you do it like that, because they kind of always, like, I remember when I was in elementary school, depending on like your learning level and where you were at, some of the 4th graders may have been with the 5th graders in this particular situation.
I know high school they do that too. Like you might be in 9th grade, 10th grade, but you got like some 9th grade classes because you got to make up some credits and all that. So you have
vice versa.
Yeah, you might be a little ahead, so you taking some 10th grade classes as a 9th grader. So they'll mix the grade level. I know high school do it, but I don't know about middle and elementary.
I'm not upset with that. So then if you if you're getting what you need, like if you need that extra time to learn so that you can be efficient when you get out here in the real world, I prefer to do that than to just push you on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you when you're right. All right, y'all. So let's talk about this election Tuesday, right? Last Tuesday. And the question is, what did Tuesday's election actually tell us? 44% of St. Pete voters are now the story. That's been coming the storyline, right? So Charlie Crist and Mayor Welch, they both advanced to the November runoff. Crist received 35% of Tuesday's vote, and Mayor Welch received 20%. So turnout was roughly 31%, and it was up from 27% from the. So actually turnout was up. They said it was 27% in the 2021 primary, so that was up. But what's happening is between 44 and 45% of the voters actually chose somebody other than the two men who advanced, right?
45% of the voters chose
somebody other
than the two at the top.
Yes.
Okay.
And so now the question is, these are not undecided people.
They chose somebody
because
else.
They already made their decision. It just wasn't the top two. And so now the question becomes, who can earn those that 45% of the vote? Not who owns them, because they don't really belong to nobody right now. So that 44%, which includes the voters who voted for Jim Large, Brandy Gabbard, Maria Scruggs, and Kevin Batdorf, it's a percentage of people who voted for them. Now the question is becoming, which one of the top two candidates can be able to get those votes?
Sound like they don't want neither one of them.
Okay, say more about that.
I mean, you look if they had the option, and it wasn't like a slim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you look at what Jim Large and Brandy did, that took a bulk. That would have surpassed. Equal what Charlie got.
Just the two of them?
Yeah, just the two of them.
Yeah. Because they would have been 40%, 38%.
Yeah, I have to look and see what
they both got like 9,000 and something like that.
Yeah.
9,009 is 18,000. You know.
But that's again, that's what we're trying to discuss right now. Those voters are still out there. So now those options have been narrowed, and out of the two choices that you have, knowing that you chose somebody else, what are they doing to earn that vote? Like, what's the strategy? How do you, like, you know?
You got to see who you can, as the two candidates, you see who you can align with so that you can get their supporters to come over there. And I think that if you do that, because I think it's so strongly that I would, and I've been saying that, is implement some of those policies that they were running on.
Yeah.
For their campaign, because they did speak to the people about, they connected with a large group of people. Large has already made a public statement that he ain't endorsing nobody.
He said basically what the article said, like, these are not my voters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, I don't own these voters. So for me to say, these are my voters, for them to go, it was like, these people are independent, people who made a decision, and now they have another decision that they have to make. And so he said he wasn't going to signal or cue them to go any other way. Do you think if he did say, okay, I'm with this guy, would it make a difference? Like, would people follow? If you voted for Jim Large and he told you to vote for one of the other two candidates, you think people would follow that?
Some people will, some people won't.
Yeah. You think they listen to that?
Some people will.
They listen to their candidate and say, well, my candidate is endorsing this person.
I think they would listen more if their candidate had something to do with the administration. If it's the current administration, or if we end up getting a new administration. If Jim Large had something like, hey, I'm coming in and I'm gonna be working under this administration, his people would go with him. Yeah.
Janet says, I had three choices. My first and second choice didn't make it, but my third choice did. So that was a whole conversation we were having too about ranked choice voting. So here's what they said the challenges are. So what each campaign has to do. Chris' challenge, he finished first, but 35% isn't 50% plus one. So can he convert people who wanted change but preferred a different candidate? Like, could he convert them? And then Welch's challenge, he's the incumbent, but he finished around 20%, which is really unheard of for an incumbent, right? He now has to persuade a significant number of voters who had the opportunity to vote for him on Tuesday, but they didn't. But Welch also argues that a two-person race allows voters to make a clearer comparison between the records and the priorities and visions. And so basically saying, because it was so many people, the choices weren't as clear as they are now when you have two people. And so it will make it really clear on, where people go.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this, Mayor Welch had a lot of blows during his, during his term.
Yeah.
He had two major storms that hit that was unheard of, that we've never gotten before. Like, we've never been hit like that. You had the Tropicana deal. The roof fell off. Who thought that was going to happen?
Yeah.
He came in right after COVID, like tail end of that. So like when you look at like all the stuff that happened, he came in at a terrible time.
So do you think that people are going to be voting based upon the issues, or going to be voting upon their party line? Because the other part of this 44%, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, progressives, you had some younger, you had some people who were dissatisfied with Welch, some people who just felt comfortable with Chris, some people had like candidate specific, like, and so to your point earlier, like it's nuanced. It's not just like one, it's like, oh, well, I'm voting for him because I don't like Welch, or is it because I think that they're not gonna, like, I'm seeing people who saying never Charlie, like people who would never vote for Charlie Crist because of his past and his record. And so does that automatically mean that they're going to vote for Welch? Like, do you think it's going to impact turnout also? Because you got some people, like, if you, out of that 44%, clearly they didn't want either one of the top two. Do they not want them bad enough to not vote at all?
I mean, they could. You people stand up. I'm not voting for in this election. Like I'm not voting. I would say this is when you get out there and vote.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think a no vote is still a vote. So whether they put a ballot in for the winner or not,
okay,
you know what I mean. When you withhold your vote, that's still a vote.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and and I ain't knocking neither side,
right,
but just realizing. Not voting is still voting. Politics don't stop because you don't. Because you didn't. I don't do politics. Well, politics
doing you. Believe that. You're right. It don't. It paycheck. Just because you don't.
Don't you cash your paycheck?
Yeah. Just because you don't participate, don't mean that it don't keep going.
Yeah. If you say you can't, but I will tell you this. But if you don't show up to work, you don't get a paycheck.
But this ain't that. This is involuntary service. You talking about voluntary service? This is involuntary. You can sit on the side of the road and you casting a political vote. You making a political stand, whether you think so or not. Doing nothing is still something.
Listen, for me,
that is one of the options. I remember doing scenario planning, and in the scenario plan, it was like we can do option A. We can do option B, or we can do C, and C is nothing. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah. Like doing nothing is an option. That is an option.
And whether you're happy with what that is or not, that's what you're gonna have to dig inside yourself and see.
So the other strategy that has been advocated, I've heard this, most of my adult life, is organizing the nothing. And taking the people who have decided not to do nothing and putting them in a group like, okay, all of the people who say that you're not voting this year, then let's get together and let's come up with a strategy and a plan. Because now if you got 25% of the people who are saying they're not voting and it's a reason that they're not voting, who is going to go to them and say, well,
what can make you vote?
What can make you vote for me? You know what I'm saying? Not what can make you vote, because you've already said you're not voting.
Right.
But now they're an organized block and they holding their arms saying we're not voting. And that's the part that we don't do. When people say they're not voting, they just take their ball and go home and not vote. They don't look like, bro, you voting? You voting? And then we say, look, everybody in this room, ain't none of us voting. Well, what can we do to leverage the fact that we know they need us? You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to get this 44%, and 20% of that is not voters, which is us. How do we organize to make them move and do something? Like, that's another strategy that we don't pay attention to.
Not we, because that's what we're doing. We're organizing the whole backbone.
I said it different, but
Say it again, because I might have missed it.
No, what I said, I just say, how can we get you to vote? Like what? But you said vote for me. So I was saying the same thing. So I like it. Like, you really got. I mean, when you look at it, I think this election is gonna show clearly like who is listening to the people.
Yeah.
And the people are listening to see what you're saying. Are you listening to their concern? I think, like I just said, I went down like all the things that mayor had. Just the challenges, and then what we saw immediately was Charlie Chris came out talking about the flock cameras.
Yeah,
right.
It's right here. Yeah,
and the flock cameras right there is a big thing.
Before we get into that, I want to talk about the. I want to double click on that a little bit, because I had this idea. Right. Maybe we invite the people who say they ain't voting to a meeting.
We can.
Like, if you have decided that you're not going to vote, put it in the comments and let us know. And then we can start to organize and have conversations around these, because I saw they interviewed somebody who was at the Luke Campbell watch party, and he was giving his reasons on why he didn't vote. And people was clowning the man on why he
I ain't like that.
You know what I'm saying, on why
that was crazy.
How they was like clowning him.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's the problem right now. We ain't taking what people saying serious.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's why the biggest voting block is non-voters.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
70%.
The biggest
70%.
voting block is the people who are not voting.
Yeah, 70%.
That's the biggest opportunity. Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because when we first started with Amendment 4, it was all about getting people to vote so people can vote.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So people can be involved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that the problem is the people who ain't involved get shamed and blamed.
70% of the people didn't vote. 7 out of 10. Yeah. It's 10 people at the booth, 10 people that can vote. Only 3 of them did. Who's talking to that 7?
And that happens all the time.
Yeah, that's consistent.
Yeah. The only consistent.
So they care enough to get registered, but they don't care enough to go vote.
Or they voted one time and then they said, forget this.
Well, they don't see no candidate.
They don't see no who's talking to the 70%
that makes them get out and vote.
And even this conversation about the 44%, these are people who actually voted. That's 44% of the 31. You know what I mean? So out of the 3, you're trying to get 1.5 out of the 3. You know what I'm saying? But you're not talking about this whole other group of 7, people who didn't vote. That's crazy. But hey, we just here talking on the radio and on the internet. Listen up, y'all. You listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we want to thank y'all for your support again. You can also support us by giving stars. There should be a button that allows you to do that. We definitely appreciate the stars. We appreciate the contributions and all the things that you do. So speaking of, you mentioned flock cameras, and so now what is, I think the pivot is going to be is really looking at the issues. Like what are the issues that people are talking about during this election, and where do the candidates stand on the issues? And so flock cameras, the question is safety or surveillance. So are we getting ready for a preview of what the 2 candidates will be, how they're going to distinguish themselves? Because when I saw this clip, it was clear that the 2 candidates are on different sides of the flock camera issue.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're on different sides of the flock camera issue.
I thought it was about the same.
St. Petersburg has installed 50 flock license plate reader cameras under this current administration. Charlie Crist is calling for a moratorium, and Welch is defending their continued use. You hear me? Crist is calling for a moratorium, and Welch is defending their continued use.
So a moratorium is not stopping.
He said, yeah, moratorium means like chill.
But not buying no more. That don't mean cut the ones that's on off.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, this is when
okay.
In his thing, he also said that he wants to do some more research.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
That he's not talking about turning them off.
He's using language that make us think us think he's gonna turn them off.
You gotta walk down the road.
I hear you,
because one of the
I hear you. When you said it, I heard you.
Yeah. Because the moratorium means I'm not gonna buy no more. That's what a moratorium means.
So here's what we need to do as voters. So here's what we need to do as voters. When you hear the candidate Chris says, I'm going to do a moratorium, we need to double click on that and say, does that mean you talking about shutting them off? Like put him on this, because they're going to be forums, they're going to be conversations. And so for me, because that's a question I got now. You know what I mean? I heard you say moratorium, and I'm thinking you mean cutting them off. Is that what you mean, Mr. Candidate? You know what I mean? And then we can start having this conversation.
We talked about flock.
Okay.
And after, just in my oppression of what all the candidates said, nobody was talking about turning them off. You get what I'm saying? Everybody just said the same thing in a different way.
Okay.
Nobody said we're gonna turn them off like they turn off the red light.
Yeah.
Right? They turned them off.
Yeah, that's not a moratorium.
That's not a moratorium.
That's a turn them off. Yeah.
Eventually they went and turned off them red lights.
Yeah, I'm glad they did.
Yeah, because they got me one time.
They got me 3 times.
Hey man, is that bull?
But
I'm like, no,
but you get it, but some cities still got it.
Yeah, because I know how yellow light work, and the yellow lights wasn't working how they supposed to work. Because yellow light mean hurry up and go before it turn red, and they was getting you on.
I think the block cameras right now, I think that they have some good, like if there's something really bad happening, you can get. But I think there's so much leeway, that it's coming into a bad way. Like you're attacking everyday people with these flock cameras, and it's not doing what you really, for my opinion.
They hunting down their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Hey, I seen this. I say, man, y'all is crazy. Say he searched his ex 56 times on the flock camera.
Somebody did over 100 and trying to ran this.
But they say she was all right with it.
And they said they did, and they said that the thing was that the system that they have, like it didn't catch it. Like nobody saw them searching. It was somebody who complained saying, how does he know where I am? Because he always seemed to be able to find me.
And they flocked.
And that's what they was able to go back and say, like, wait, my ex is always around. And I don't know how he knows where I am.
I went and took the car in to see if it's any air tags, any.
I done did everything to try and figure out how this man know where I'm at. So it wasn't an internal system that say, hey, we got 56 searches from this particular thing. It was a complaint that somebody launched that made this an issue.
I want to say thank you to all the officers that are misusing the flock cameras, because y'all are the real MVPs, right? Because
we wouldn't have knew about it.
Because for real,
it wasn't an issue.
Nah, y'all made it an issue, and it's something that the community is standing behind now.
That's right.
Right? Because you got the flock guy that sit in front of the flock here in St. Pete.
Yeah,
like that's making national news.
It is. Yeah. It is, because it's not just St. Pete. This is it's a nationwide thing.
Yeah, because it's in Georgia. It's everywhere.
Yeah, and so how much privacy are we willing to trade for public safety?
And thank you, Brother John. And I feel that it's public fear.
Yeah.
Right, because the camera is not making us safer. Right. We seen the young lady whose mother got abducted. They did it right in front of the camera.
Wow.
They did it right in front of the camera. The celebrity lady, the dude came to the door right in front of the camera. And in my mind, I say, now how safe they felt.
Yeah, knowing that you got a camera, you think that that's going to prevent something from happening, when actually all it does is record what happened. Yeah. So I mean, but that don't prevent, but it maybe help on the back end, and that's what they're saying. So like, if the cameras, if they help find stolen cars, again, a kidnapping suspect, someone accused of murder. If they're showing that this is what these cameras are doing, would that change your opinion about whether or not to continue their use?
But it's the abuse. And then it's the abuse with it. But again, if people know that there's cameras and they're going to be tracking you, it might make you second guess what you're doing.
Make some, yeah. Some people would be like, "Oh yeah, it's a camera over there."
I mean, just think about it.
There's a camera everywhere, though.
Yeah, but when you realized that you was getting caught with them red light cameras, you started. I gotta wait at this.
I did. I thought, because that wasn't no little bit of tickets.
Yeah,
them things coming.
No little bit of time.
And you don't really know, and you don't really know that they got you until they send you that letter in the mail. Like you might feel like you got. I remember I was in Tampa. They got me because I was thinking that
Tampa get you all.
I ain't know that. Like I thought like everybody got rid of them when St. Pete got rid of them, and I didn't know they still had them in Tampa.
I got in Tampa too. So that's what I'm saying. But it make people second guess too some of the things that they're doing.
Yeah, and then the other part of it, they were asking like who can access the data. That was another one of the questions. How long is the data being stored? Who is the data being shared with? Because the other part of this is like, and you talked about this on Wednesday, like this is a private company.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This is not like the government where you can go and just do a public records request and get this data, right?
Is that right? No, but that's how they also skirt the Constitution, because private companies can do things that law enforcement can't.
Okay.
Right. So I think that's also one of the problems with it.
Yeah.
Because you have a person who's controlling it that's not sworn to anything. They sworn to profit.
You don't gotta get a warrant to look at the stuff.
Somebody in the chat.
They sworn to profit, right? They have a fiduciary responsibility to their board,
right?
Not the people, and that's I think the problem, which makes us more unsafe.
Somebody put moratorium in the chat for us. Thank you for that, Prim. Moratorium. A moratorium is a temporary stop or pause of a specific activity, law, or payment.
There you go.
So it is a pause. I mean, according to Prim's definition. Thank you for that. Also, Janice says flock cameras are ushering in undetectable surveillance drones. The cameras also get more than license plate information.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's license plate information. That's how they sell it to you, but it's actually more than that. The only thing that they're turning over is the license plate information.
And they don't have to ask for it.
Yeah.
There's no permission. Right. This is all like one big company saying I'm going to have cameras all over the United States.
Yeah.
And then go into agreement with cities and make them sign NDAs and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think we was talking about the contract just passing and breezing through without even a conversation.
Right. And the procurement process.
Yeah. And one of the issues that people are finding is they're not happy with their money being spent like that.
Like, okay, you're gonna do it, but I don't want to pay for it. Yeah, I don't want to be the one to pay for it. So would you support the cameras if there were stronger rules around storage, access, and data sharing? Like, would that change your viewpoint or opinion? Because that's what some of the advocacy has been around, saying, okay, it is a tool that can be used. There are examples of where they actually help solve crimes, but the flip side of it is that the the regulation of it needs to be tighter. And so if they got tighter regulation, would you be okay with them still doing it? Is the question.
I don't know. I have to see it.
Okay. All right. Organized people versus organized money.
Oh.
And so organized people versus organized money, that was a thing that I learned in organizing training back like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, around like how grassroots movements can defeat these corporately backed candidates, right? Yes. And so the question around is, what does Angie Nixon's win actually teach us about this relationship between organized people and organized money? So for those who don't know, Florida State Rep Angie Nixon, she pulled off one of the biggest upsets in Florida's primary. According to this report, Nixon raised about $975,000 compared with Vindman's $16.3 million. Vindman spent more than $2 million on advertising. She spent less than $60,000 on advertising, and she won. So does the money matter is what people are asking.
It can and it can't. Like, if you really want to touch the people.
Yeah.
And Angie is one of the people that, you know, you feel like she your neighbor, she your friend next door. You buy in at what she's telling you. You know, she don't walk the walk. You see she's willing to sacrifice herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For what she believes in. And that right there be like, if she'll do it for, like, if she's willing
to
go in and throw herself in to the lion's den, what's she gonna do for us?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And you like chop my head off because I know this is why. And so people like, oh yeah, she the one for us.
Right. Right.
So that's where, when you looking at the grassroots, you can't not have the money and then don't walk the walk.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. If you don't have the money, then you gotta really
you gotta be
so you can have the money and not walk the walk.
Yeah, we see that.
Well, that's I guess what this whole.
But you had somebody.
That's what this headline is. The headline is that's no longer the case.
That's not true. So here we go.
Yeah.
So if you got two people who's not walking the walk, right?
I'm just watching his reaction.
You got two people.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say both of them don't walk the walk. Whoever raised the most money is gonna touch more people.
Okay.
Right. So then that wins. But if you have like Angie and the other person, Angie's doing, and this is why she was able to surpass and beat him.
One of the comments was too that this particular spin was on, the comparison was on advertising, and because of the things that she's done, she's earned media. That's another part of it. So you don't have to spend money on advertising when they put you on the news because you just got arrested for sitting in the governor's office because he won't meet with you and talk about redrawing lines. And look, when you walking through the chambers with a megaphone saying this is illegal, y'all need to stop. The news that's newsworthy, and you don't have to pay for that news. But
strategy, y'all.
You know what I mean?
She got free advertisement without having to pay for her money.
No, it was a cost to it because she's facing 2 years in jail for that now. So it's a huge price that she's paying for it, but she didn't pay for it in dollars.
Right, but it got her to the next level, and she was willing to take that gamble.
Mr. Edmond, does the money matter, man?
I mean, it depends. Each race is different. Each candidate is different. I think the most important part is the candidate, and then the money.
Okay,
but money is important.
Okay,
it is. But it doesn't signify when. I done been a part of several races where the person with the most money did not win.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's just a tool that's used to disqualify people.
Right.
And that's just part of capitalism. People use money to disqualify you every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether you know it or not, so
right.
If you let it disqualify you, then you'll be on the sideline.
And this article also pointed that they said Nixon had something that money couldn't instantly buy. Like, you can't buy an organized base and years of relationships.
Yeah.
Because like we work with Angie. Like I got a picture of her canvassing, knocking on doors in Childs Park. I remember driving by the oil refinery and her looking like, what the fuck is that? Like literally saying that, like we driving in the car and she's like, what is that? She was talking about Halco in the oil refinery. We was like, oh yeah, that's the thing. And she was like, that is ridiculous. Like she immediately had a reaction to it when we was driving in Childs Park to it. But that's what they said that this other candidate didn't have. Like you didn't have years of riding through neighborhoods and having an organized base. They said she already was well known in Jacksonville, and she won roughly 80% of the vote where she lives, while performing strongly beyond her own base. And so they said that organized money, you can buy TV, mail, consultants, digital advertising, polling, but with organized people, you create the relationships, the volunteers, the word of mouth, trusted messenger, earned media, neighborhood networks, and all of the other things. And so that's the nuance. So money.
That ain't the nuance. But we tell candidates all the time, when you pop, don't just show up when it's election time. Like, you know, we want you to be here year round, all seasons. Like, let me know that you already out here doing stuff in the community when the cameras are not on.
Right.
Like, when the people are paying attention. Like, you should be able to recognize that person who's running for something before they're running.
You should be able to recognize them beforehand. Like, when they say their name, you should be able to put a face with it.
I know. Like, listen, if you
that's your boy. He came to the thing.
Look,
he was at
the three of us, we ever decide to run, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, nah.
I know them from
oh no. Here they be there because our work speaks for ourselves. And then they'll, you know, even if we don't have the most money.
And that's what they said. When organized people can beat organized money, that happens before election day. It definitely doesn't happen, you know, in the 90 days or it
doesn't happen in the vacuum.
In the vacuum, you actually have to do that. And so all right, y'all. Again, thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in. Oh, we got some comments here. Miss Mindy says, well, that's $730K spent for nothing. We need better thinkers on council and leadership. I guess that's with the flock cameras, because it was like $730K that was spent. Rob Woods talks about the transactions versus relationships. Prim says that Angie did what every person running for statewide office should do. She talked to the people. She went to every county in Florida and let people see and let them know they matter. Okay. Thank you for that.
She was doing that before.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting because this is going to be I think I saw an article that talked about Trump tweeting about Angie. So when you on Trump's radar, more to come, y'all. Miss Teresa, she says Angie Nixon and Abdul El Sayed both beat candidates with lots of money. In my humble opinion, they appeal to common people who also don't have the money. They're fighters, and many people want fighters right now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So y'all tag in, tap in, let us know what you're thinking. If y'all rocking with us, if we doing a good job, put it in the chat. Let us know. Keep going. Y'all want us to keep going? Because we got some more that we can do. Keep going.
I mean,
I'm trying to drive engagement. Don't spoil it.
Keep us going. Keep us going.
Yeah, we're getting ready to stop. Y'all want us to keep going? Put it in the chat. That worked last time, so I'm trying to do it again. Look, we got to work the sauce. All right. So Rays Stadium. Here we go again, y'all. This time it's in Tampa. In Tampa. So the Rays say they want a final stadium agreement by the end of August. That's 9-10 days from now. So the Rays say they want a final stadium agreement by the end of August, so construction can begin in September for a planned 2029 opening. The project that's proposed includes $1.2 billion commitment from the Rays, while prior proposals sought $976 million in public contributions. $796 million and $180 million from Tampa, and the significant details still remain unresolved. And St. Pete, like we know this before, right? So we've already seen it. We've lived through deadlines. We've lived through public-facing debates, redevelopment promises, community benefits, negotiations, and that ultimately failed in the St. Petersburg deal. And so what should Tampa learn from what happened in St. Pete?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't see it being done by the end of the month.
Okay.
I just don't, because Tampa has been hesitant, and if they wanted to do it, they have did some pushback.
Okay.
Hey, if Tampa, if you can learn anything, dot your I's, cross your T's.
Yeah.
And also in your agreement, make them responsible for this stuff. Don't let them do no promises and wishes, and don't put that in the contract. Don't let them paint you a picture of what they can do, and then in the contract they only giving you the bare minimum.
Yeah.
That would be my.
What should Tampa learn from what happened in St. Pete?
I mean, watch out for those deadlines, but I think they're gonna move on it.
Okay. You think they're gonna have an agreement by the end of the month? 10 days from now?
I mean, they're close to the votes.
Okay.
They almost got the votes.
And I saw that too. They were saying the county. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say they got the votes, but they very close to having all the votes.
They said it was 2 county commissioners that may be able to.
They're very close, right? And I think they're working on it. So I don't know, but I think they need to have a strong community benefits agreement. I ain't heard much about it, right? I don't know if what Tampa's community benefits agreement looks like, but I think it needs to be robust. I think it needs to be just as robust as the request from the team.
Right.
Because if I'm not mistaken, they're gonna move into the Hillsborough Community College.
That's what they proposed. Yeah.
And so that's like community.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, so if they move into Hills, so they're gonna have 3 stadiums
right by each other.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're making a corridor.
Yeah, you look at Raymond James is right here.
Yeah.
Hillsborough basically across the street, and then you got Steinberg.
The base, the
Yankees.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right there.
Okay. I don't know that much about the geography and what's
they're making a corridor.
It'd be 3 major.
They're making like a sports corridor.
Less than a mile away from each other.
Not even walking distance.
That's what I say. Less than a mile.
Less.
Yeah. They're walking. You could literally walk almost across the street to all of them.
So who should control the clock? So when the sports team gives the government a deadline, who should control the clock, right? Because Tampa Mayor Jane Castor, she put it simply, the question would be, would you rather lose the deal or approve a bad deal because you're afraid of losing it?
Lose the deal.
No, they're gonna do a bad deal
because they're saying, look, we need to have this signed by this date, and even if the deal is bad and they're pressing you to sign a bad deal, do you sign the bad deal or you just let them walk?
We signed a bad deal.
Yeah, but look,
they walked. They did both of them.
They did both of them. Signed a bad deal and they walked.
But listen, call they bluff because for 17, because before we signed that bad deal, they was trying to push it for 17 years, and nobody signed. They stayed. Call they bluff.
Yeah,
like you act like Tampa need the raise there.
Okay, this thing is asking me to activate a stars party. Y'all want to have a stars party? I'm finna do that. Let's see how that works.
But no, Tampa don't need the raise.
Okay.
They have a healthy sports. They do. They have the Lightning.
Okay.
For that win, they have the Bucks. Okay. That's there, like that's just extra. So like you don't have to sign nothing because you're not in need to bring extra people there.
But not it ain't extra. What it is it is being one of the cities that has all the sports. So that is
they don't have all the sports because they don't have basketball.
But they close. Baseball, hockey, and now all they need is basketball.
Okay.
But they don't have. But what I'm saying is they already got baseball there.
They don't got baseball. They don't have a team.
Karis, they call they bluff.
The Yankees ain't their team.
I know, but they play there.
But I mean,
so who's getting the money?
Teams play here. Spring training right there. So that don't count.
But you're getting the money.
The Lightning already over there, right?
The Lightning over there.
Okay.
And then they got the Bucks and nine.
Yeah, but call they bluff. Like you know, they're not in need. That's a one.
They're saying Orlando and Mr. Morgan is showing interest, so Orlando might be willing to pick them up.
All right,
I don't think you want to go to Orlando.
Okay.
So I don't think they want to leave at all. Call they bluff.
You think they want to stay in St. Pete?
I think they want to stay in this area.
Because they ain't talking like they want to stay in St. Pete.
Well, ain't nobody talking like they want to. The mayor like, hey, I'm not doing nothing else with you unless, something else. And then
like he already done let them go.
They already done did something else. This is a new owner.
Yeah, but they still kind of.
You don't hear them talking like they trying to work out no deal.
Because they ain't talking.
And that's another one of the so is that going to be a campaign issue? How you handle the raise? Do you want the raise to stay in St. Pete?
You already saying you want the raise to stay.
Okay.
So I mean,
and so that's going to be an issue is it even possible for them to stay? Like they saying meet our deadline by August so that we can start building in Tampa in September. Like don't sound like they trying to
because they got a contract here and they don't want.
They got a lease.
Yeah, they don't want to keep extending it.
Okay, so they trying to get out of their lease. Yeah, they trying to build their next place so that they can get out of this lease that they got over here.
Look, master negotiation, just like the guy just say, kill me. Kill me.
Give him what he asked for. Don't worry about it. We ain't signing. Yeah, we ain't signing. And then see what they do. Right. Call the bluff. That's what Carrie said. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate the gift, y'all. Y'all can do like Carrie, man. Send us some stars. We definitely appreciate it. All right. So here we go, y'all.
Yourself.
Again, it's Freestyle Friday, and we appreciate y'all. So almost 30 years later, we talking about Tupac, right? The murder trial of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is underway in Las Vegas nearly 30 years after the killing of Tupac Shakur. Juries heard a 2008 recording Thursday in which Davis told investigators that his nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, fired the fatal shots. Davis also said that he was in the Cadillac and passed the gun towards the back seat. Davis has pleaded not guilty. His defense argues his previous stories about involvement were fabricated and exaggerated for attention and money. So they basically saying he wasn't really there. He just was clout chasing. So the question is, imagine your defense essentially being, don't believe what my client was telling the people for years. Right. Yeah, don't believe my client. He just was. Yeah, it was all cap. What do you think?
So I think
it might work,
but I think this is a lesson. This is a lesson to all, former street guys, all people with skeletons in their closet.
Okay.
Right? Thinking, I don't know what he was thinking. Right?
He probably wasn't.
And I mean,
yeah, he just wasn't thinking.
But it's so many different.
I'm sorry. I interrupted you. You said you don't know like how you. He didn't think that like this is a 2008 recording. Like, do you ever think that what this is? 26. That's almost 20 years ago.
So I think the problem was
18 years ago.
He had already said this several times. Right?
Okay.
I think he got indicted in '98.
Okay.
And was like talking about it.
Okay.
And then he did it again. And thinking he had some type of immunity
because he got away from it in '98.
No, he was like he was a confidential informant. He was He was like working with the police.
Okay.
So there's a point in when you working as a confidential informant or snitching, they tell me everything right now.
Okay.
And what you tell me right now, we will never lock you up for it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so he told him everything.
That's the 08 recording.
Yep.
Okay.
He told him everything.
I was in the car. I passed him the gun. It was the
'98.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the 08, he just revisited with the other guy.
Oh, but now that was 10 years later. Them dudes who you told that to, who made that deal with you, they done retired.
This is what happened. He did it with the wrong agencies. So the agency he's getting locked up for isn't the agency that he did it with.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
So that deal don't apply.
The deal didn't
apply.
So
here you go. You had the FBI. Now you're talking to CIA.
Don't do that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it was. He had FBI, he had DA or whatever, and then you got the local police. So right now he got convicted or he's getting locked up by the local police.
Yeah.
And they're using all the interviews. They're bringing they bringing all the stuff.
So he wasn't like shy in his repeating of like this.
He wrote a book about it. In his mind, I don't know, but he's thinking because of all the stuff he's been telling, he had immunity, so he could talk about it.
Okay.
That's what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
So like that's like who just people tell on themselves all the time. But I think that it's your so much. No, it's so muddy.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a gumbo pot. There's been so much stuff put in here that like it's hard to separate.
Yeah.
It because they're saying Suge did it. They're saying Diddy did it. They saying.
But then you got it ain't it's him saying I was with the person who did it.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. All them dead.
Yeah.
He's the only one alive.
The other people who he said was the one that was with
everybody, him. And that's what it's a new thing now about telling on dead people.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And they can't. Yeah.
What's the thing? I don't know.
They letting people out of jail
for telling on dead people. Yeah. Because they saying
people out right now
because they told on somebody who was dead. and the culture is debating whether or not that's acceptable.
I mean,
I see those debates. Like, is telling on a dead person really telling?
Man, I mean, right? That's what they said. They was like, look, he dead, and I told on him. So he told me, and he told me before. Oh, I put my hands up in the camera.
Look, hey, I didn't tell on them when they was alive. I let them be free. Now, listen, now give me my freedom.
They literally putting it on the dead homies.
Look, I did my part. I kept quiet while you was living. Now that you gonna take this.
Yeah. Wow. And would the dead homie be all right with that?
At this point, listen, I would. If I did a crime and then somebody else took the time.
Yeah.
Right. And then I passed away. Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah.
I hear that though. I hear that. I'm with you on that. That's a G code.
Yeah.
Like don't take that. Don't take that, dog.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Put it on me.
Don't go through no life sentence and I'm gone.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's stop playing games with each other. Stop playing games. That's what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah. You got some people that's like on the other side of that.
I know. I done been through that in real life. So,
yeah. I'm so glad I like changed my life because I'm a civilian now.
I'm gonna tell you, listen, I'm gonna give you the code to the safe. The day I die, go in the safe, pull out all the evidence, give it to me. That's my gift to you.
It's all there.
That's my gift to you. Hey, but for real, this is closure for the
call to actions here.
But I was just gonna say this is closure for the Tupac family and Tupac friends and people who supported them.
Yeah.
So like it's a bittersweet thing going on right now.
Yeah, people want justice, man. So listen, y'all, we got the call to action and we get up out of here. So Child's Park tomorrow, we're having a community organizing meeting. We spent this morning talking about schools, neighborhood conditions, politics, power, public safety, government decisions, and all of that stuff. And Rob Woods put it in the chat. What is we gonna do? And so one of the things that we are doing is we're organizing the community. We had to move our neighborhood association meeting from Tuesday because it was election day and the location is a polling location. And so we're meeting tomorrow at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center in the Fusion 49th District. We're going to be addressing some real issues and putting the teams together, man. So make sure that y'all come out and be the change you want to be or see. Literally in practice. So now you got to come up with another final thought. What's the final thoughts, y'all? Gotcha. Start. More that needs to be done and needs to be said.
Now, write down those 5 things. Looking forward to chatting with y'all on
10 o'clock UB.
Yeah.
10 to 12:30 is he has what time?
Okay, no, looking forward to chatting with y'all on Monday. And this weekend, if y'all get a chance, tap in and Culture Creative. You're just looking for a nice, cool place to come to. You don't gotta watch your back. Just good adult fun. This is the place you want to be Friday and Saturday.
Amen.
So, thank y'all for riding with us. Smash the like button. That's the support we need from y'all, man, to help keep us going, right?
And we see y'all.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You are seen, you are heard, you are felt and appreciated. Thank y'all again for rocking with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Ed.
And we out.